guys, as promised, here it is, the review for Outer Worlds. This is a game that can be a significant rival for Fallout, or even for Elder Scrolls. It's in the same genre and it's in the same type of gameplay, which means it's a direct rival. This was actually made by a couple of employees that quit Bethesda quite a few years ago, when right after Skyrim was launched, and this became their baby. This was launched about 2 years ago already, but I only am reviewing it now because I wanted to explore it thoroughly. So, is this a valid Skyrim or Fallout wannabe? Yes, it is. It's quite the rival, because of the quality that it was made. As you can see, the graphics are up to snuff. They're really updated compared to Skyrim's dated view, and with Fallout's mess of Fallout 76, or as they're calling it now, Fallout Worlds. One might ask if this can beat them. Yes, it most certainly can. Fallout became a joke since 76's mess, and even when it was rebranded as Fallout Worlds, it's still not good. Even with all the updates, all the fixes, all this and that, all of the upgrades to the graphics and whatnot, that game is still quite a big mess. I will review it. I will review that that game in coming weeks. It's not going to be next week, but I will review it later on. Next week we're going to have the Avengers game being reviewed, and oh boy, will it be a pickle. However, let's take care of Outer Worlds right now. So the game starts you stranded in space in a ship that everyone thinks it's lost for 10 years. And your job is to help a mad scientist thaw out, because you were frozen, thaw out the rest of the crew, because they're experts, they're geniuses that can help this new colony thrive. Currently the colony is being run by companies, not by a central government, but by a board of directors of those companies, which means profit is at an all-time high. I'll leave the rest of the story up to you, because you will make your own story. Believe me, if you kill an NPC here, for example, if I kill this guy, if there is any mission associated with this guy, the mission will change or disappear altogether. If it is a very secondary player, the mission kind of adapts, but if it is a central player, yeah, the mission will disappear. You won't be able to get the mission again. So this is the Groundbreaker, one of the scenarios of the game. You're inside a massive passenger liner.
I know she's in
Your
there.
main ship is in the hangar, and the first step in the story, that will take a couple of hours to resolve, will be to get your ship spaceworthy. After that, you'll spend quite a few hours here on the Groundbreaker doing quests, evolving your character, and basically then you move on to other levels. I've already reached this game to its peak, to the end of the storyline. Be mindful, this game already has 2 expansions, which I will review in future weeks, because I haven't actually had time to play them. I will now. As you can see, the inventory is a lot more intuitive than Skyrim's and Fallout. It's not a list of items that you have to click. No, you have the drawings of the devices and weapons that you equip, and also the armor, of course. So right now I'm wearing glasses. If I want to use this, I'll use this. If I want to use this, I'll use this, and so on and so forth, as you can see. And as you can see, it's very intuitive. We have devices and syringes and food, exactly as in Skyrim and on Fallout. And weapon upgrades that you will need a table to do. Certain weapons take specific types of upgrades. For example, pistols don't have the barrel, they have something else. They have the loader and the grip. And rifles do have the barrel and the grip as well. Certain items have 3 upgrades, and those are, let's just call them legendary items. The best weapons. Let's call them the best weapons. So, as you can see, the environment is extremely rich with dialogues, with quests. Let's just say...
Hell, I know space hands who don't even think it a sport.
Let's just go here and have a dialogue. The dialogues function exactly as on the rival games.
Ah, the board. Organized, efficient, competent.
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. You must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne. And you are not he. Has something happened to my favorite scruffy freelancer? Oh no, this is terrible. My dear friend, what devilry is this? In whose miserable fever dream am I trapped? Oh, Alex. There were so many arguments we'd yet to have. He was my dearest friend. My only friend. You have his ship, you must know. That picture of us on the promenade, me hugging him, him wincing. I keep a copy beside my bed. Did he? It must have been lost with Alex, then. One more tragedy to top the pile. Tell me, how did he die? Oh, awful business, that. But why? How? No. Best not to ask after the gory details. Right. You're going important places, I'm sure. Big, exciting, important places. There, I've removed the flag from your ship. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. However, before you go, Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you where Wells might be? Anything at all? You haven't read the posters. He's a terrorist, a thief, a madman. It's really in the colony's best interest that we stop him before he does further harm. That's... well, that's just terrible news. Law, what am I going to do now? The board will have my head. Oh, I'm sorry. This is terribly unprofessional of me. Is there anything else I might help you with?
Okay, let's show you the skill tree so you guys know what I mean. So you have upgrades on melee, melee attacks, ranged attacks, defense, dialogue, stealth, tech, and leadership. Now, leadership determines dialogue options. Tech is the type of upgrades that you can equip, and also dialogue options. Stealth is the noise that you make wearing specific kind of armor. Dialogue is dialogue options and dialogue types of special options, kind of like persuade, lie, intimidate. Defense is the defense rating of your armors. What kind of bonus do they get? Ranged, well, it's self-explanatory. It's what kind of bonuses and type of damage that your ranged weapons do. Handguns, long guns. By long guns, it's rifles, shotguns, and snipers' rifles. Heavy guns means the really exotic weapons like plasma throwers and stuff like that. Melee, it's pole weapons, two-handed swords and one-handed swords, and batons and stuff like that. So let's upgrade, and as you can see, we have 10 points to upgrade. The game is quite generous in that regard, giving us a wide range of stuff to do. Then you have to apply them. And of course, the perks. Now the perks are passive stuff that you can have. So you can have applied science, science weapon magazine size, like exotic weapons type of magazine. Precision, companion critical chance. You do have companions on this game, by the way. You have to recruit them as the game moves along, and they can change if you have specific options. So it's quite useful. Also, specific types of companions. I have Vicar Max, which is a priest, and I have Parvati, which is an engineer. They will give you specific bonuses on conversations, and specific bonuses if you use like the engineering table to upgrade your weapons.
Are you listening to me, Emperor?
Ambient sound and music wise, the game is very good. I would like to have more options in the music regard, but the ones that we have are quite enough. I would have to say that I would like to have a little bit more in terms of music department, like a more personalized options on your ship. For example, like old westerns music on your ship, stuff like that. But let's see if they put it in game, because the game is still being updated. So let's see if they'll upgrade in the future. In about a year or two, I will revisit this game to see what they've done, if anything. Apart from that, the game is tremendously well made. I would love to show you more territories, but it is quite lengthful on the PS5. The load screens, that's the only downside of this game so far. The game doesn't have multiplayer, and frankly doesn't need to. So I won't even review that. but in terms of the load screens, they do tend to be a little bit lengthy, which means this game is already approaching the max capacity of the PlayStation 4. I would recommend you playing this game on the PlayStation 5 because the load screens will be quite faster. You will still have a little bit of a load screen because on the load screen the game does teach you how to do specific things. So those helpful tips will have to appear. So they will appear for like 5 seconds and then they'll be gone. Here it will take about 30 seconds for them to clear. So guys, this is it, the review for The Outer Worlds, and my final review is, and my final grade is, from 10 stars I'm going to give it a 9, just because of the load screen issue and a little bit more options in terms of music. Apart from that, the game is extremely playable. If you have the chance, acquire it. Acquire also the DLCs if you have the chance. I will review them, but I can already tell them that if they haven't changed the gameplay, they'll be wonderful to play. So guys, wonderful game. Acquire it if you can. 9 out of 10 stars in this game. And I'll see you all on next week with the Avengers game. And keep playing and stay safe.